Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are playing Gold Division Fortnite. We are just getting things set up. It will just be a couple more minutes. And once we get all set up, we'll be seeing some Fortnite gaming. So stay tuned for that. Alright, we have just got started, and as you can see, we got our team dropping in. They have been designated their own unique landing spot. All teams are spread out across the map, so there should be some fair farming going on. Everybody should be able to gear up. And if you have forgotten, the teams will not be able to fight or damage each other at the very beginning of the round. And they cannot kill each other as well until either Storm Surge or the third circle starts. So we'll let you know when that happens, but at the beginning of the game, it's all about collecting materials, grabbing gear, making sure their loadouts are ready to go, and making sure that they're just staying tight as a team. So they have just landed, and they're doing some very basic farming, and for those of you who have never played Fortnite before, what they are trying to do is they're trying to obviously grab weapons, uh, and then also med kits, all that good stuff. But also the unique mechanic in Fortnite is that you can build. I'm sure you've seen that before. But you need materials to build. They got wood, bricks, and metal, and they could build with any of those. And that's why you can see them whacking basically everything in sight, trees, buildings, everything's destructible, and it will give you the materials or mats to build your own buildings later in the match, which is very important because, as we all know, high ground is king in games like these. So, up in the top left, PC1, we got Eagle, and then PC2, top right would be Clint X, and then PC3, bottom left will be Ricky, And I will call him Ricky because I refuse to call him a booger, because that is not nice. Alright, so beginning of the match, it's going to start off nice and slow. They're just going to be trying to grab stuff. Looks like Eagle's got himself some Spider-Man gloves, and that is a very powerful item. Lets him traverse the map very quickly. It is cooldown based, meaning that you can't use it all the time, but it does give him a very powerful tool. You can see him swinging around like crazy. Hopefully we don't spread out too much there. Uh, when it comes to trios and squads in Fortnite, you want to really be sticking together, making sure that you stay tight as a team. But as said before, very beginning of the match, nobody's allowed to kill each other just yet, so they shouldn't have to worry too much about sticking together. But once the killing gets started, they'll have to stay tight and make sure that they're covering each other's back, because this is teamwork based after all. Alright. PC2 or Clint is gathering some mats and some bricks. Looks like they're making sure they're topped off on shields too. And if you're not aware, in Fortnite, you have your green health bar in the bottom left, but you also have a blue bar, which is shields. And shields are just basically extra health, but it is harder to get. Um, so, alright, looks like Ricky found himself a taxi, looking to pick up his teammates. Will allow for a lot of mobility, but the cars are very loud, so when they're driving around, teams can get them spotted. Alright. It looks like the first storm is just going to start closing in, so our team cannot stick around too long. They'll have to get on the move soon. And the storm, how the storm mechanic works is uh, a random circle in the map is chosen, and the storm will begin closing in. If you're caught in the storm, you'll slowly lose health. So it encourages the teams to get in close with each other, and it causes the map to become smaller over time, so that the match doesn't stagnate. Right now, it still looks like they're still sticking around and grabbing more materials. That killed some NPCs, which are characters that are not controlled by real players. Get some extra loot from that. Destroying some barrels, getting some more shields. More loot. Looks like they're really trying to consider what arsenal they want to be going into the fights with, because you need a balanced arsenal in Fortnite. You can't just have a bunch of shotguns, because then you're not going to be effective at long range. You need to have a balance between your own loadout and your team, which looks like we do have. We got some bows, some assault rifles, some shotguns. Alright, looks like they found a rift, which will let them teleport back up into the map, at the top of the map, and they can glide back down, allowing for some very quick maneuverability. And if you look in the top right, you have a little mini map of the entire map in Fortnite, and they have gone just past that white line, meaning that they'll be safe for this upcoming circle. But once that timer hits 0, the circle will have finished closing, and then a new circle will start. So it progressively gets smaller and smaller as the match goes on. Right. Looks like they've chosen another location to farm, tried to find some more materials. All the other teams have dropped all around the map, so now that they're going into other people's territory, it's going to be harder to find stuff. So now's the time to grab basic materials, some wood, some brick, some steel. And just as a reminder, they are not allowed to kill yet, so even if they spot someone else, they either have to go in the opposite direction, or uh, they can sort of stalk them and wait out the timer if they're ready to attack. But as of the moment, no shooting each other. Alright. Looks like Eagle deployed a launch pad. Looks like they want more maneuverability, so they're going to go even deeper into the map. Try to probably grab a good position in the center of the map. Alright. Grabbing more materials. And as stated before, this beginning of the match is going to start a little slow, but once teams are allowed to kill, there's going to be lots of chaos later because the whole point of making it so that they can't kill until Storm Surge starts or the third circle starts is to really get the teams close to each other. Make sure everybody starts off fair. They have plenty of time to grab loot, materials, all that good stuff at the very beginning of the match, and then towards uh, once the killing starts, the map has become so small at that point that there's a lot of great brawls and skirmishes going on. So that's why we have that rule in place. All right. Circle has closed in, and now a new circle will start to form that's even smaller. You can see as they bring up the maps, they're checking it out. And if you look on the mini map, there's a new white line, meaning that's where the new circle is going to close in on. So they are right on the border, so they should be good to go for this. They might want to push in a little bit more, and start scouting, see where other teams are. Because as stated before, as the store comes in, the map becomes smaller and smaller. All right. About to say, it looks like Eagle's getting left a little behind, but with those Spider-Man gloves, it's very easy, quickly can catch up. And you can see over there, he actually has a player on his screen. Eagle does, and Truck and all that. But as stated before, they can't kill each other just yet. But they definitely have to keep that in mind. They gotta know that that's a team that's gonna sneak up on them later once the killing does start. All right. Lynn and Ricky have gotten a nice stack of materials. They're gonna have plenty to work with once the fighting does start. Because even once you start building, you can't count on those buildings always being up because they can take damage and get knocked down and all that good stuff. So you have to make sure you have plenty of materials to rebuild. All right. So once either storm surge happens or after this circle closes, which happens in 1 minute and 30 seconds, this little party that's going on, it's gonna turn into quite the bloodbath. So we're gonna be seeing. You can see right there. They're fighting a lot of people. This map is getting closer and closer. It looks like this team is in fact sort of stalking us right now, just waiting for that timer to go down. So we either need to get away from that team so that we can put ourselves in advantage position, or be ready to fight them as soon as they're ready to fight us. All right, looks like we've decided to land at Tilted Towers, and we are sort of building ourselves a little fortress here, getting ready to start picking a fight. So good call by our team. All right, Storm Surge could be kicking any second, but if not, they only have 30 seconds left until the third circle starts, meaning that that's when the real fights start to begin. So we're scouting around, we're building ourselves a little fortress, we're getting ready for the big fight. Because this is Tilted Towers, and lots of fights happen in Tilted Towers. Spot someone over there. They're doing a good job scouting. They're kind of looking in the same direction when then ideally they should be looking all around them. All right, now it's time for fighting. Third circle has started, so anybody that they see is fair game at this point. So let's see some good fights. Good luck, have fun, everyone. All right, like we're brawling another team. Some poking going on right now. Nothing too intense just yet. We're staying grouped up together, making sure to get value out of our healing items, playing real passive. We don't want to make sure that we're too trapped in here though, otherwise a couple grenades could take us out easily. Looks like we're repositioning. Alright. Alright, looks like they're rotating over towards that hill where they marked it. Gotta make gotta make sure that they're not leaving their fellow teammates behind, because if they do, they could get picked off and then they'll have to be 2v3ing for the rest of the match. Alright, we got another squad up ahead. And once again, that's the whole point of making them wait at the beginning. Now there's a lot now they're all super tight. A lot of teams around. It gets really intense. Alright, looks like we're taking some shots by another team. Oh, Ricky just got downed. Looks like the other team was ready to close in and go for the kill. Alright, Eagle will be going down next, and let's see if Clinton can make a comeback here. It'll be tricky, but he does land a really good shot. He knocks down Anonymous. But it looks like they closed in on us way too quick. So we will be placed in 19th place, which is still really good. And don't forget, this team is brand new in the XP League, whereas all the other teams in Fortnite, they've been playing for months, even years at this point. So they're real tight. But we'll get there eventually with our team. They already are growing a lot, and we'll eventually get there. But stick around, there will be match number 2, so we'll be seeing you again when that starts. Take care. Alright, welcome back. We just concluded match number one, where the Triton have landed in 18th place, and now we are beginning match number two. So let's hopefully get a higher place, get some more elims, so we can score some points this time. As long as we make sure we weren't caught off guard and rushed the way we were last match, we should have a lot better chance this time. So same drops location as match one, and same deal as usual. Fighting doesn't start until Storm Surge or match or Storm 3. So it's all about getting materials and getting plenty of weapons and meds before the fighting starts. And as usual, PC1 will be Eagle, PC2 will be Clinex, and PC3 will be Ricky. Alright. So just like last time, they're planning to kill some. They're getting some loot, killing some of the NPCs around the area, getting even more loot, and we'll be just starting off nice and slow, just like last time. And as a quick refresher, got 77 players. And the battle to the last team standing. Alright. First storm's gonna be rolling in soon. 2 minutes. So they should see the first circle. Oh, PC1 just got knocked down by the NPC. But that's okay. They're not too threatening. They don't follow up too much, but sometimes they can catch you off guard and knock you down if you're not careful. That's a bit unfortunate. We're gonna have to soak up some medical supplies in order to get Eagle all healed up, but overall, a minor setback. Won't be anything catastrophic or anything like that. Alright, looks like Clinex is down ahead getting some mats, and Eagle and Ricky will finish up the looting back at our primary drop spot. Alright. Eagle took a porter body, which in this game does something very different. It teleports you to your teammate. So it's very nice transportation to allow you to catch up with your teammates. Alright. Eagle's taking a rift, which lets him teleport back up to the sky so he can use his glider again. Regroup with his team, maybe, or scout ahead. Oh, looks like he's gonna grab his spider gloves again, just like last game. So now he has those spider gloves again. Very powerful ability. Um, in a lot of games, and especially in Fortnite, mobility is king. Mobility gives you the most amount of options, lets you engage and disengage quickly. It never underestimate the power of speed. We got some nice, got plenty of loot, got some nice guns, and the quality of the guns are determined by the color. So when you look in the bottom right for the inventory, you can see that the actual item is in the center, and then they're in a box that's color coded. Gray is common, or basically the lowest rarity, followed up by green, then it's blue, and purple, and then golden. And generally speaking, white or gray items are a little bit worse than green, green is worse than blue, and so on and so forth. Alright, looks like Linux is back at some chug chug barrels and getting some shields for himself. Uh, Ricky is sitting at 100 shields, but Eagle and Clinex will need to find another source. Clinex has some shield potions that he could be popping. It looks like he's going to be popping one now. Maybe he was just holding on to them for later. Uh, and then Eagle just spotted another team, it looks like, which is very interesting. Not sure why a team would come out here when everybody needs to be getting to the circle, especially when our team already looted it, but maybe they're just trying to do some early scouting. Alright. PC1 needs to be careful, or sorry, Eagle needs to be careful with those spider gloves, because if he accidentally falls, he could take fall damage is in this game, so he's gonna have to use another med kit in order to get healed back up. Looks like we are. Fortunately, we're kind of not being very productive with our time. These matches may start off very slow, and there may not be any killing yet, but that does not mean that diddle dallying is the answer at the very beginning. It's all about making sure you're getting position, making sure that you're ready to follow up. That storm is closing in on us, so we need to get moving here in a sec. It's also about getting out, looting, making sure that you have plenty of mats, because the last thing you want to do is try to build a wall to protect yourself, but then you realize you don't have enough. You ran out of materials, you're out of wood, or brick, or metal. Alright. And how the materials work, for those of you who don't know, wood builds the fastest but is the weakest, brick is sort of in the middle, and then metal builds the slowest but is the strongest, so it could take more bullets. So generally speaking, use wood to get quick buildings up so that you can quickly maneuver, and metal if you're preparing a sort of fortress and ready to take a bunch of hits and you can afford the time that it takes to build itself. And then brick is for the in the middle situations. Alright, looks like we're finally getting rotating. We're rotating and getting out of there. This first storm's getting closed up. Um, and once the second storm will start to appear. And then once that one closes out, that's when the fighting begins. Right? Getting more materials. Looks like Ricky could use a little bit more metal, but other than that, we're getting some good farming in. Now we're being productive with our time. And everybody's got spider gloves, so unlike in the last match, everybody's got access to that powerful maneuverability. So if we get caught in such tough situation again, we should be able to use the Spider-Man gloves to reposition very quickly, because they are indeed a very powerful item. Alright, looks like they're repositioning around, getting ready. We've just crossed the threshold where the next storm is going to end up. You can see it right up there in Eagle's map. We're getting into that white circle, which means we should be good to go. Eagle's eating up some shield mushrooms, gets him a little bit extra shield. He's still sitting under the ideal 100, but that should be plenty to keep him going in the fight, because shields are a nice buffer for your health. You take shield damage before you lose any health, and you can only lose health once you are completely out of shield. So they're a very nice buffer when you make mistakes and misposition and take free shots. All right. In 30 seconds, the second storm's gonna start closing in, and once that's all done, we can start fighting. Now, Storm Surge starts kicking in, then we can start fighting. And Storm Surge is just a mechanic where if the game detects that not a lot of action is happening, which obviously is not because we have a rule in place, it'll start damaging some characters. So then that's also when the fight can begin as well. Alright. Alright. Looks like we got plenty of mats in terms of wood. And we just got a storm surge warning, meaning that the mechanic is coming into play, so the fighting will start early. So we are now starting to take pot shots at another team, so let's get some action rolling. Alright, looks like we're building up, getting ready to defend. We did just. Alright. Second team's nearby. Let's see how quickly our team can react and reposition. Oh, there's a car nearby. Alright. We're taking pot shots at the car. The cars also have health, so enough damage, and they'll be forced to get out, which looks like we did force them out. Oh, great shot by Eagle there. With the bow and arrow. Very tricky to land, but does a lot of damage. Ricky's taking some pot shots, losing a little bit of that shield health. Clinex is brawling. We're getting good poke damage, but we can't quite clean it up just yet. We haven't knocked anyone yet. Oh, Ricky just got downed. This could be looking very bad. Trying to build up, trying to carry him to safety. But he gets eliminated. Alright, so now it is just Eagle and Clinex. They're trying to retreat. They're using those Spider-Man gloves. Alright, and they make a quick getaway with a tornado. This is very interesting. Alright, with a tornado, they'll be able to fly on out of there and get to safety. And hopefully, they can reboot Ricky back into the match, get him geared up, and get back rolling again. Alright, let's start using some shield potions. Let's start healing back up. Let's get to a reboot van, try to get Ricky back into the game. And alright, ideally, Clinex gives Eagle one of his shield potions that he has, which he will do. Alright. Alright, they found a car, which allows them to move very quickly and get to a reboot van faster, but it is very noisy, and they are getting pot shots taken at them, so it's a very risky maneuver. It looks like they're gonna ditch it in favor of the Spider-Man gloves. Oh, but ooh, Eagle just got shut down. You can shoot the webs that the Spider-Man gloves make, so he got shut down and took fall damage, so now he's down. Let's see how Clinex will react. It looks like he's run off to farm a little bit more. Hopefully he can come back and pick Eagle back up, but it will be very tricky. Clinex is all alone, and we don't even know where we got shot from to begin with. He might go for play where he'll let Eagle finish getting downed, and then he'll go and reboot him along with Ricky. Oh, looks like he's gonna pick him up. And it's a common strat when you're trying to revive. You can see that there's a timer, so you can't pick up your teammates back immediately. That's why he builds a nice little brick hut around him to protect them. And it's not too hard to break through all that brick, but it does give him enough of a warning to know if he did get shot. So now he goes back up in the fight, and there is a reboot van right here. So he'll do the same strat, build a nice little brick around him, and then he'll start rebooting. And rebooting takes quite a long time, as you can see. Alright. Once that bar fills up, Ricky will be back in the fight. He'll drop right in, and they'll have to get Ricky geared up, because he only starts off with a little great pistol, so he'll need to get back to getting materials again, but once he gets all shielded up and finds himself a good weapon, where it's like we were never taken out of the game, a minor setback. So, let's see if we can take back this game. We were doing some great poking damage, but we were failing to close out the fight and got caught out in the open. So, that's something we'll need to be working on. Alright, looks like we're hiding some bushes, trying to keep an eye out. Looks like there is another team close by. Whether or not they have spotted us yet, we will have to see. We have not seen the enemy team yet, but we have heard them. So, let's see. Starting to build up. Creating big fortresses like this will allow you to be nice and fortified, but it does announce your position, so a giant building just appears out of nowhere from the enemy's perspective, so we're basically we have a nice fortress going on, but we are kind of announcing our position here, and there are still 36 players left, so that will be about 12 teams left in this match. All right. Looks like we're just getting ready to defend. We are inside the next circle, so we are not really being pushed anywhere just yet. But ideally, we are running a little low on materials besides Clinex. He's got plenty of wood to spare. So they should be alright in terms of that. But we are going to be starting a skirmish with another team who are currently fighting another team. So this is a perfect opportunity to take advantage of this distraction. They're not even looking in our direction as we're taking pot shots of them. We do need to be playing a little bit more aggressive there, though, because if we wanted to follow up on those limbs, we could have. But it looks like Alpha is ready to play back a little bit. Oh, we got a team coming in on the right, eastbound. So now we got a team in front of us and a team to our right, and just like that, our walls were taken out. So now we're trying to rebuild. Linux is trying to get some pot shots in. So is Ricky. Let's see what happens here. All right, we're getting some good pot shots in, but like I said before, game of Fortnite, you can build up and heal back up if you don't play aggressive enough. Ooh, that's an limb. Clinex just scored one elimination for the team, so good job on him. And in case you forgot, one elimination is 1 point in the bracket, so you also get points the higher up you place as well. So let's see how many points we can get for this match. Alright, looks like we're trying to coordinate the strike here. We got a team directly below us, rushing us. They are playing very aggressive. Let's see what happens here. This is bound to get very interesting. We're playing a little passive and grouped up. Ideally, we want to start spreading out just a little bit. X is trying to go for big weapon, but he left himself exposed, took a little bit of damage, but they didn't break through his shields just yet, so he can reshield back up. Alright, Ricky managed to swoop in and grab all that good loot, but now we are practically surrounded from all sides. So let's see if we can react appropriately and get ready for a lot of skirmishes to start happening. Alright. I was worried about us running out of materials, so now they're doing a good job making sure that they have at least a little bit of something to work with. But we are overall running low. Ricky is completely famished on materials. He'll barely be able to build one wall, let alone a little hut. Oh, there's a team right on top of us. Oh, but looks like we caught them off guard. They were trying to heal up and loot. Oh, Ricky's at A health. He's got to retreat. He's gonna try to heal up. But overall, that team was not ready for us. It looks like they were busy trying to heal up and recuperate, and we just completely caught them off guard. So that's 2 more eliminations for our team. They were not ready for us. And it looks like none of the other teams are pushing in on us and trying to take advantage of that we were distracted. So we'll be able to heal back up, and now we have some pretty good weapons. Eagle's got a golden bow, as well as Ricky. So we got some good stuff going on, and once again, we're a little low on materials, but mostly just on brick. Our other materials are fine, so we should be good to go on there. And ideally, oh, Clinex has taken some damage. Looks like the other teams have finally started paying attention to us. Clinex takes some pot shots, but wasn't able to quite secure the kill. But he did break through the shields, and he's gonna drink up a shield potion. Ideally, he shares his other one with another one of his teammates, but it looks like they're too distracted in the chaos to quite coordinate medkits like that. Alright, there's a launch pad in here, so they are going to be going on the offense, launching straight into the brawl and building somewhere else, so This is looking like a very intense fight is coming up. There are only 5 other teams left in the match, so we have already hit top 5. So great job on Alpha. But let's see how this match will close out. We got lots of materials. We got some pretty good weapons, but we are lacking a little bit on the medical supplies, which tends to happen towards the end of the game. And we can't quite see any other teams, but trust me, they can hear them. Their headsets are probably, they can hear footsteps all around them. If you look on the top right, that map is just pink. There's uh, lots of storm. And it looks like another team's trying to break through a wall, but we were ready to follow up and just keep rebuilding and rebuilding it, not letting them break through. But if we stay grouped up in here and hold up, we're gonna be sitting ducks. One well-placed grenade or explosive can easily take us all out if we're not careful. All right. With only 10 players in total left in the. All right. Looks like we're trying to move around. We're trying to keep up with the circle. The circle at the very end of the match keeps moving. Oh, Ricky gets down. He got caught off by them, but he did knock 2 of them down. So hopefully his teammates can follow up and get him up and finish off. But that storm hurts. Looks like Ricky's going to be taken out again, but he did do some good damage. So let's see if his teammates can follow up and take advantage on it. There are only 7 players left. All right. Eagle and Quinex healing up, getting ready to fight. Only 5 players left. Whether or not the other 3 players are on a team is hard to say. Looks like they're dropping in on us. All right. Eagle's low. Trying to heal up. They're trying to get nice and healthy before this fight, but that storm hurts. They're trying to build. All right. Eagle and Clinics. They're trying to find this last person. A lot of building happening. There's a lot of towers that comes at the very end of the game. Eagle's only sitting very low. Clinics just got downed. It's gonna come down to this. He won't be able to revive. Ah, he tried to revive, but the storm just finished him off. Good try by the Triton Alpha, though. Second place is nothing to sneeze at, for sure. Score us lots of points, as well as all those eliminations. Each elimination will get us more points as well, so that was a great job by Triton. They made a great comeback there for the second match. And with that being said, that will be concluding today's Gold Fortnite match. So thank you for tuning in, and we will be seeing you in the future. Take care.